Hi everybody, welcome to Leonardo's Pizzeria, the pizza that's in my mind. So we're going to work now. I'm going to show you how to make the actual pizzas once you've made the dough. So remember, you always make your own dough. Don't go to the store and buy pizza dough. You have to make it yourself because it's so easy and it comes out much better. Please do that, okay, for me. Now look, the pizza that we made, the dough that we made is now ready. So we made 6 balls, so let's have a look how they turned out. Oh my God. So look at these doughs, what I did was I made them into those balls. You saw that how I did that. And then I let it rest for 48 hours in slightly cool temperature. I didn't put it into the fridge, although you can. I have a room downstairs that's quite cold. So this turned out beautifully. Look at these pizza doughs are just ready to go. So what we're going to do to get the pizza to actually form it, I'm going to show you 2 different techniques on how to make pizzas, okay? One is the really simple one that almost everybody uses, and one is a little bit more difficult but more fun. So here, let's start with this one here. We just want to make sure that we've got lots of flour on there. Now, very, very important that you pick up the dough and try to keep it nice and round as much as you can, okay? Real important because you spent all this time making them round, and then you could pick them up and they're not round. So you get a little bit of flour on them, go in once, and then you get it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into here like this. Okay, I've got a nice dough into some flour, and then you just turn it over a couple of times. Okay, get it covered in lots of flour, but try to keep it fairly round. Okay, then what you do is you take it out and put a little bit of dough or a little flour onto the counter and try to keep it fairly round. Okay? So the easy way, the way that most people try to make pizza is with a roller. And I'm going to do that for you just to show you how to do it. Most of you know this. So no big deal. So you just go like this and try to make it reasonably round. Sometimes when I make pizza, it looks kind of like the shape of Italy. But it doesn't matter. Pizza still tastes the same. You want to get it kind of round, that's great. You can do that. Or sometimes it looks a little bit like Australia or North America, whatever. And if you get a hole in it, by the way, if you get a little hole, sometimes you get a hole, you just squeeze it and just give it a little hit like that. So if you got a hole, there are no holes on this one, but if you do, that's how you repair it. So here, this is actually almost ready. This pizza dough has been nicely formed. What does it look like? I'm not sure, but it's not perfectly round. And so you get it ready, and this is a perfect pizza to cook the way it is. So what I like to do now there's a couple of techniques on how to do this on pizza, how to cook this pizza. Now I've got a wood-fired oven going, and we're going to put it in there, and we're going to cook it in there. But I also have my regular oven, so I'm going to show you how to do it in the regular oven as well. But the first one we're going to do is in the actual wood-fired pizza oven. Now, wood-fired pizza ovens are fantastic. These are things that everybody, if you can get one, you should. And I'll talk to you about that in one of the other videos about having a wood-fired pizza oven. But for right now, let's just get this dressed up and get it ready to go. Now, we've already made the pizza sauce. We've got a bunch of toppings. We can put it all together. This is going to be a lot of fun. So one of the things that we like to use is, this is not a toy. This is not a toy at all. This is actually called a pizza peel. A pizza peel is used to put the pizza into the oven and often to take it out. So we're going to use the pizza peel. The important part here is to make sure that it's got to be a little bit, you've got to put some flour on it so it slides off. And then what I like to do is take the pizza dough and just shake it off a little bit and make sure that it can fit on here. So this thing is about 12 inches. That's what the pizza peel is. That's usually the size they come in. So there, it's ready to go. So there's a really nice pizza ready to go. And so we start out with the tomato sauce. Now we made this earlier, this tomato sauce. Usually 1 to 1.5 spoons of tomato sauce is good enough. You start in the middle and you just simply go around and around and around until you get to the edge. Okay, you don't want too much. You don't want to make it too wet. Now I like to stay away from the edge a little bit because that's where it kind of bubbles up. That's where when the pizza cooks, it kind of bubbles up. So you can do that. I'll just add a little teeny bit more, and then you get it like that. So that's a pretty nice looking pizza right there. Okay, now try to keep you want to keep the peel dry. If it's wet, it'll stick and you won't be able to get it off the peel and into the oven. And then you decide on what you want to put on it. I'm going to just start with, let's see, some onions. I mean, you guys can put whatever you want. Of course, everybody likes their pizza in certain ways. Some people, I'm told, even like it with pineapple. I think that's crazy, but there you go. And, in Italy, you'll never find anybody that has pineapple pizza. By far, the most popular pizza is, does anybody know? The margherita, which would be surprising, I think, in North America. Margherita is just tomato sauce, some cheese, and some basil, and maybe a little bit of olive oil, and that's it. It's a very simple pizza, but that's by far the most popular. So we're going to use regular mozzarella on this one. So this is just... you can buy this in the store. You can either grate it yourself, or you can just put it on, buy it already pre-grated, which is what I did. You just add a little bit on there, and there you go. And there you go. Okay, guys, now we're going to try a second type of pizza. Now, this one is the one that's a little bit more fun and a little bit more kind of authentic, because using the roller isn't quite as good as I think this one's a lot more fun. And it's not that hard to do. So let's try it. So same thing as before. We're going to make sure that it's loose. We want to make sure the dough is we keep it as round as we can. Okay. And then when we're ready, we just take it up and lift it up. And we're going to put it into our flour. So we've got it in there. And then we just turn it over a couple times. Make sure it's there. It is. So that's a good looking pizza dough. And we're going to take it out, add a little bit of flour down here. Okay, now this one is kind of a little bit more, yeah, that's a really nice pizza dough. So keep it relatively round. Now this one, here's the trick on this one. Instead of trying to stretch it and using the roller, we're just going to use our fingers and we're just going to kind of push down. We're not going to stretch it, we're just going to push down. So there's air in here. This thing has a lot of air in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start here and we're going to push like this. We're just pushing down. That's all I'm doing. I'm not stretching it, but I'm staying away from the edge. Right around the edge, you want a nice little crust around the edge. This looks like the pizzas that you see on TV. They're beautiful. Okay? So you do that, turn it over, same thing. You got a little bit in here. And then once you've done that, you can start to stretch it just a little bit. Now I like it, there's lots of techniques to do this, but this is actually pretty safe. You're not going to tear it. You're just going to, turning, keep your hands in the middle, pushing down. See, that's a good sized pizza right there. Look at that, that's ready to go. So we want to keep that little bit of a crust there. It's perfect. So we're going to get another pizza peel, same as before. Add a little bit of flour on there, and then we're going to put that pizza right on it, ready to go. So look at that. Got a nice pizza. You can still form it a little bit, so it just fits really nicely on there. So there you go. You got a real good pizza. So we're going to do the same thing. This time we're going to add a little bit of tomato sauce. There we go. And same thing. Now stay away from the edge. Stay away from the edge. A lot of people, they go a little bit too close to the edge. They're going to get the pizza peel wet, and then they're going to have trouble disembarking that pizza off of that pizza peel. So you want to keep it nice and close to the middle, not too much to the edge. So now you've got that. Now this time, let's do mushrooms. Mushrooms is kind of fun. So we got lots of great things we can put on here. This is easy. Now, some people like to cook their mushrooms. I like to keep them raw. I just think they just taste better, but it's kind of a preference thing. You could easily do that. And olives. Gotta love some olives. So put that in. Adds a little saltiness there to the pizza. Remembering we've already got some salt in the dough itself. And this time we're going to use fresh mozzarella. This is fresh, sometimes called fior di latte. And so we're going to add a little bit of that on there and just put it around. It's nice. So this is fresh. It's going to make the pizza a little bit I don't know. It's going to be a little more watery compared to the other pizza that we did. And there we go. So that's kind of nice. You can just add that on there, and there we go. So we've got this pizza all ready to go. It's got a little bit of a crust, and now we're gonna go to the actual cooking of the pizza.